Tonight's is a viewer story. It comes from the town of Albemarle, North Carolina, which is in the foothills of the Uwharrie Mountains and also by the Uwharrie Lake. Interesting footnote about that is that the Uwharries are supposed to be older than even the Appalachians, supposed to be the oldest mountain range in the world. Anyway, I'm going to be reading this one to you so I don't forget anything. But this is called The Ghost That Comes at 4 o'clock. This is my mom Sally's story that happened when she was around 11 years old. Our grandparents had moved into a big old house in the country. Mom and her aunt and uncle decided to go outside to look around and explore. The house was creepy. There were 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2 living rooms, dining room, and kitchen. There was also a big old creepy barn. They'd all gone outside, and there was a big porch on the side also. On the porch was painted on the floor of the porch that read the ghost comes at 4 o'clock. I asked further about this, and it was literally like a hand-painted sign on the floor of the porch outside that says the ghost comes at 4 o'clock. That would have been enough for me right there. That's where my ghost story would have ended, because I would have left about 3 o'clock. But anyway, the story goes on to say, with us being kids, they didn't think about it too much, but they did go on and tell the grandparents about what they saw. But a few weeks later is when things began to happen. It always started at 4 o'clock in the evening. They would hear people talking. Someone would open the door when they were showering, and no one was there. Sometimes they would see the doors open and no one was there. You could sometimes smell food cooking and no one was there cooking. The TV would turn on by itself. My great grandma had a swivel chair and it would start going around and around by itself. Another incident that happened was that everyone was gone. And when they all got back to everyone got back home at the same time. And when they opened the door to go inside, the chair at the kitchen table was pulled out, and there was a cup of coffee sitting there that was still warm. Now, there would be times when they came in, and it'd be like someone had been there cooking. The dishes would be washed and put in the drainer. Now, all of these things would start at exactly 4 o'clock and end at 5. Things would happen in the barn also. Same things. They'd hear people talking and laughing, and there would be no one there. Things would be moved in the barn or disappeared or reappear in a different place. My great-grandparents lived there for about 2 years. Then they decided it was time to move. They moved into another house that was haunted, and those stories will be soon to come. So thank you, Sally, for submitting your story. Like I said, it would have been a lot quicker for me because long about 2 or 3 o'clock that first day when I saw that sign outside that the ghost comes at 4, I wouldn't have been going to Grandma's house no more. But seriously, thank you very much for submitting your story. And also, Sally, thank you and Beth for always watching and always having something kind to say. And thank all of you guys. You guys always keep it positive, always keep it kind in my comments. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad that there's folks out there that enjoy these stories as much as I do. And also, if you have your own true Appalachian paranormal stories, I would love to hear them, possibly put them on the show like I did tonight. You can also remain anonymous if you prefer, or you can retain full bragging rights like Sally did. But that's been Jay's Haunted Appalachia for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and keep Appalachia haunted, y'all.